to Slogans Rockin' for Davey.
I like that song.
Welcome to Slogans Rockin' Metal Extravaganza. We're here today for our Sykes series. We're continuing on, and we're on the Blue Murder albums. And today we got Danny Alcana joining us. We got Logan, as always, Davey Creighton, Johnny Metal, and Kiefer Livingston. So it's going to be a fun one today. So we're going to start off with Davey, and he can tell us how he got into Blue Murder and then go through all the songs. Yeah.
A promo CD at the record store I worked at in 1989. And I fell in deep like with this album. I really liked the first album. Came out April 24th, 89, recorded during 88 and 89, because as everyone knows, John Sykes was a stickler for details and took his sweet time in the studio. Was recorded in Vancouver, Canada, right by you, Sydney.
Not
maybe?
Right by me. It's all the way.
Okay.
No. It's a
far away from Sydney.
Six-hour plane ride, Davey.
Ooh, look out. Geography for Americans. We're not that good at it. At least
we're stupid. It's a big state. Give us a break.
Well, he went there because it was cheaper. We know that.
Little Mountain Sound Studios, produced by the great Bob Rock. He spells his first name backwards, though, so it's Bob Rock. 52 minutes long. Mike Frazier engineered and mixed the album. It's got 9 tracks. There it is. Mr. Logan has the CD. Johnny Metal, the Metal Daddy, has the CD too. I have the CD in my storage unit somewhere. The first song is Riot, and it's a 6-minute song written by Sykes. Each member shines on the first song. They got the pirate look, that great pirate look. They stole that from Seinfeld. Actually, no, Seinfeld was later, darn it. But every member shines on the first song, especially Sykes. He displays a lot of his tricks here, all to good effect. I love Tony Franklin's funky, fretless bass, and they don't call him the fretless monster for nothing. And he shows off here and on the whole album. Great opener, Riot, a little over 6 minutes. Next is the song that... Sex Child, almost 6 minutes long, written by Sykes. Musically, it's good, but and it has a good musical breakdown in it that sounds like Still of the Night from the 87 Whitesnake album. It has a blazing Sykes solo, but lyrically,
yeah.
What's it about, Davey?
No good. No good. It did not age
just about
well
flip and fly.
at all.
Come on now.
Now, this whole album is a bit too mid-'80s sounding. It's bathed in a lot of reverb and echo. There's like almost too many keyboards and spots. So that's not a good thing. And I equate that especially with this song, Sex Child. So this song is a big thumbs down for me. Next, you get the epic Valley of the Kings, almost 8 minutes long, written by John Sykes and former lead singer of Black Sabbath, Tony Martin, because originally he was one of the singers in the band. It didn't work out. And then John Sykes took over because John Kalodner said, why don't you sing everything on the record? Good old John Kalodner. And then he messed up with the next record, but we'll get to that later. There is a video for this song, but instead of almost 8 minutes long, it's under 6 minutes. So they chop out over 2 minutes of it. It's odd because this was a promotional single, but it wasn't available commercially. So anyone who saw the video on MTV, because it was the so-called hip clip of the week for a little while, so it did get some airplay on MTV, but it failed to catapult the song to landmark status like a Still of the Night, Crying in the Rain. And you couldn't buy it anywhere. There was no single for it available. So good job, Geffen. Totally messed up there. But I think this is the epic song. It's the centerpiece of the album. And it's the first, to me, truly outstanding cut on the record. Then you get Jelly Roll, written by Sykes. There was a video for this, but MTV barely showed it because the video clip for Valley of the Kings never hit.
Is that what a New York accent sounds like?
That's me, baby, from New York over here. So the song didn't do well, but it did chart in Canada on the singles chart.
New York City going through blackout or something?
What was that, Kiefer?
Yeah,
New York City going through another blackout or something? Because I just see 5 people just cut.
Oh, Kiefer.
It's this internet. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see and hear me, guys? Is everything
Yeah,
okay?
you're good.
Oh,
I see you, Dave.
You're fine. I
You're
think
good.
Kiefer's internet's being all
Yeah.
oh, I
wonky.
think he's frozen now.
He's all froze up.
So it hit number 78 in Canada on the singles chart for 7 weeks.
Mm.
On the Billboard mainstream rock charts, Jelly Roll was there for 9 weeks. It hit number 15 on the mainstream rock chart in Billboard. And I always like this melodic gem of a song. And Sykes is jamming on acoustic guitar and electric guitar throughout the song. And you hear, of course, Franklin popping up on the fretless bass. Then we get Blue Murder, the title track, 5 minutes long, written by all 3 members of the band. And that Carmine drum groove on this song is killer to me. I love the way it starts out.
Yep.
And he totally makes this song. Carmine Appice, a piece. You say potato, I say potato. I'm just going to call him Carmine to make it easy. Great drummer, Vanilla Fudge, Cactus, Rod Stewart, King Cobra. We know his lineage. He's been around for decades. He's still at it. And he does a lot of YouTube interviews too. He makes this song to me. Sykes nails the lead guitar, the vocals, his squeals and harmonics on the song are great. 3, 4, and 5 are my favorites on the album. Valley of the Kings, Jelly Roll, and Blue Murder. Moving on, Out of Love at number 6, a little under 7 minutes. This is back into the Whitesnake mode from the 87 album. It's a slightly overwrought ballad. It's good. It rocks more than Is This Love. So I like it more than Is This Love from the 87 album. And John pulls off a really good mint guitar solo in the middle of the song. Then we get to Billy, track 7, a little over 4 minutes, shortest song on the album. And it sets a slightly different tone. It's a good deep album cut. I like it, but it doesn't compare to the next song, which I know Logan loves too, Ptolemy.
Yeah.
6.5 minutes, written by Sykes. And this is the deep track on the deep album track here.
Yeah.
The Mighty Ptolemy. It's got this grinding groove. Sort of reminds me of, what's that Sabbath song? Zero the Hero a little?
Yeah.
It's like a circular grinding groove. You get these cool squeals from Sykes that go on throughout the song. And Claudius Ptolemy was an astronomer, geographer, astrologer way back long time ago, before all of us were born. I guess it's about him, but it just sounds great when John shrieks out Ptolemy in the song. I like the chorus on it. Ptolemy, great track. If you're sleeping on it, check it out. And then the album ends with Black Hearted Woman, 5-minute song written by all 3 members of the band again. It's a barn burner to end the album, and it's the other band co-write. Again, you get that heavy Whitesnake, heavy Thin Lizzy mode here. And I like that pre-chorus a lot on this song. So to do my rating, I'm going to take off 0.5 point for Sex Child, 0.5 point for the 80s production, and I'm going to give this album a 9.
Wow.
Excellent. Great review too. Excellent.
Thank you, Danny.
Good job, Danny.
Really good, Dave.
Davey's always Davey's always on it. So for another great review, we're going to move over to Johnny Metal.
Right. So, yeah, well, of course, so my introduction obviously was knowing Sykes on the 87 Whitesnake album. So, yeah, I knew somebody who worked at a Camelot Music. Now, you youngins won't know what Camelot Music was, but Camelot Music was a record store back in the day. And I knew somebody who worked there, and I somehow, this isn't that copy, but I got this, but I also had a promotional flag with it, and I wish I don't know whatever happened to it. I wish I still had it. It vanished into thin air somewhere, but yeah. So yeah, John Sykes, after he's let go out of Whitesnake, depending on what story you believe, he's trying all these different people to get to be the band. Ray Gillen was a possibility for singer. Cozy Powell was talked about on drums as well. So let's not forget about that. Obviously, nobody was working out with Sykes. He just couldn't get anybody to work with him. And so that's when Kalodner finally said, well, why don't you just sing it? I think you should be doing it in the first place. Yeah, that decision would come back even by Kalodner. The great John Kalodner would come to realize, yeah, that was a mistake.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Johnny?
Yeah.
Was he known to be difficult? John?
I think he was known to be a little bit of a maybe a little bit of a perfectionist. Maybe he just took his sweet little time doing whatever he wanted to do, and he was not. He was. Yeah, he just took his. He wasn't rushing to do anything. I mean, remember, Winery Dogs was supposed to have Sykes. It was supposed to be Sykes, Sheehan, and Portnoy, and well, something fell apart there. So then they got Richie Kotzen. So for keep that in mind.
That explains a lot. Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah. So that's Sykes. So yeah. So you got Bob Rock producing here, as Davey's already mentioned. Riot, good driving track about chaos and all the fun things that comes with chaos. Gee, I don't know anything about chaos these days. Anybody living in America? I don't know. Not even going to go there. Let's see. Sykes' voice here suited well. Good solos. Carmine and Tony's just a machine. Great track. Sex Child. Davey's already said everything you need to know about the song. It does have a funky Zeppelin-like kind of feel. Great music. Just needs to be I wish they had made an instrumental version of it. Again, just like Davey said, you have that in the still of the night kind of feel in that song, in the middle part of the song, right before the solo. Only in Still of the Night, you have that little, like, it's almost like a 4 or 8 bar solo. At least this one, he just takes off and just goes through the stratosphere. Valley of the Kings, a nearly 8-minute epic. Why this was the first video and no single, I have no idea. Huge mistake on Geffen's part. Huge mistake. Here's another song that you could have looked at as probably something written back, thinking about it in Egyptian times, with all the different, oppression and all the different, between the tension and between glory and sacrifice. Is it really worth that? Sometimes, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Great song. Yeah, there's maybe you got the Tony Martin co-write. He supposedly says I wrote a lot more than just that one song. It's another story for another day. Won't go into that. Jelly Roll. This definitely should have been the first single. By far and away, this should have been the first single. Nice bluesy feel with that slide solo, the slide guitar he was doing. But man, and we're going to see a lot of this, I think, on the next album, but there's just so many songs here where John just goes into this lyrical theme of heartbreak and longing and this just regret of losing somebody, and just trying to go through life, trying to navigate their life through the loss of that person, that loss of love. Probably my second favorite track on this album. Always loved this one. Blue Murder, the title track, absolutely crushing. I could sing this over and over and over again. I don't think he's missing Coverdale. He does try to sound like him a couple of times, but I don't think he's missing him. But no, Blue Murder, absolutely crushing track. Love that the drop D tune riff. Just Carmine's just bashing away back there. Absolute great song. Out of Love, yeah, probably a little. Maybe this is the sequel to Is This Love? Yeah. Does it need to be almost 7 minutes long? No. Let's see. Billy, as I think Sykes would call this, would be his Thin Lizzy song. Basically inspired by the 1949 movie White Heat. Never seen the movie, so I don't really know much about it. Basically, falsely accused kind of person, just trying to get through life and trying to just misunderstood. He's totally misunderstood. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Ptolemy, the search for hidden treasures and the greed that falls with it, kind of feels like more like a Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of movie or kind of song. But this is a good riff rocker with plenty of squeals that would probably do something for Zakk Wylde. I don't know, but yeah, you got a lot of good Zepp effects, keyboard and synth feels and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of that kind of going on. Black-Hearted Woman, good strong album closer. The mysterious woman and then the trouble that she brings with her. Yes, you gotta love that. Good album closer. I liked it. I'm like Davey. I give this a 9. Sex Child and Out of Love kind of take it back a couple notches for me. But man, I played the heck out of this album in 1989, and I still love listening to this album to this day. So great album. Wish I could have gotten to see him, but
Yeah.
there you go.
Great review, Johnny, man.
Thank you,
Was
Danny.
Very
job, man.
good. Really good. Yes. Both were excellent.
All right,
Thanks.
so we're gonna go on to Danny's review then.
Mine already?
Take it to you.
Okay, guys, this was my first listen, believe it or not. So I make notes like I always do when I give it the first listen. And I guess I made a little note before I before I start, I'd just like to say how surprised I was when John took on the vocal on this album, which I didn't even know he sang. He did really well, and he surprised me a lot. He's got great range and a bit of grit in his voice, which I wonder why he even, other than the obvious, why he joined with Coverdale. I mean, or the other two singers he had with Tigers of Pantang.
Yeah.
I don't know why he needed those guys. I mean, he's a much better singer, I thought. So let's start. Riot. It starts off with a lush string pad and some synth sounds, perhaps you might imagine in a space movie. The drum intro comes in, and here we go. Boy, the guitar and drum sounds are killing it. Vocals are great. Verse 1, bridge 1, really good, and chorus good. Verse 2, bridge 2, chorus very good. I'm expecting a solo here. John takes a very nice pentatonic solo with a bit of minor scales mixed in here and there. And the guitar is heavily processed, but it still sounds really good. The bridge comes back in, and I expect the chorus to hit, and it does all the way through the outro and ending. I like this song very much. I like the song. It was a great song. Sex Child. You know what? I think I'm going to skip that. The music wasn't that bad. It's just the lyric, you know. I mean, did everybody pull out their Bazooka Joe? Start chewing that bubble gum. Okay, Valley of the Kings. Wow. I wrote, well, this song title might suggest the drum. This song title might, as the song title might suggest, I'm sorry. The drums come in and they're a bit processed, but they're playing almost a tribal type beat, which fits the title really well. John comes in with the vocals and guitar. The vocals are very nicely done. The song has a vibe you might hear on a Dio album. I really like it so far. Yep, really beautiful. The verse is cool. The chorus is nice. John is really singing his butt off, and I'm really impressed. Once again, John mixes up some minor scales and pentatonics, and he's a real master at it. He reminds me of somebody I know. I don't know who that is. Back into the verse and chorus, outro, fade. Great song. I wrote another note. There's not many guitar players I can think of. Maybe we can talk about this for a second. That can sing hard rock like he does. I can think of Gary Moore, and I say I'm racking my brain. I got a couple friends that are not as well known that have Sammy Hagar-ish voice that sing really well and play guitar really well.
Dave Menichetti.
Think of too many guys. Can you guys think of
Dave Menichetti
From YNT,
Okay.
yeah.
I
from
thought
YNT.
Gary Moore for sure.
yeah. Anybody else? There's not a lot. There are
Yeah.
plenty of people that can sing and play guitar, but
Rick
that
Derringer.
not star voice, you know, a
you.
great rock voice.
Tom Kiefer.
Tom
Yeah.
Kiefer, okay,
Yeah.
but he's not a shredder.
No, not really.
No,
Not like
No.
Sykes.
No.
man.
How about Lips?
From Anvil. Oh my god. No.
Sorry, I had to go
Anyway,
there.
they're
Keep
good
going, Danny. I'm sorry.
Blackie Lawless. I don't know. Blackie
No.
Lawless.
Came up with
He's rhythm. He doesn't play
Yeah, it's
lead
true.
much.
it shows how unique they are. You know, a great guitar player with a great voice. It's not that
Yeah, that's true.
not very normal, not usual. Where are we on Jelly Roll? It's a fast tempo acoustic. I put even countries sounding tune. Verse one comes in and it's good. The band comes in and it's sounding pretty big. About halfway through, they break into a beautiful halftime tempo. John takes a short, sweet melodic solo near the end. Here comes the outro and the fade. Uh, I wasn't a great fan of the song, but I understood why it made the album and why it's on the album where it is. It breaks things up a bit, so it's you don't get ear fatigue. You know, one song after the next after the next. That's just heavy, and this is a nice breakup tune. Blue Murder. Carmine opens up with this one with thundering drums and a 4-bar, and then he hits the groove. I think Johnny said that he hits the groove. John loved it, and for about 8 bars, the whole band comes in, and this song is wow, very interesting. Verse one, very interesting. John is almost rapping on this. The chorus comes in and the song elevates. It's really rocking. John comes in solo, a highly processed guitar sound on the first note, and he's flicking his pickup switch from the bridge position to the neck position, back and forth, and it's a nice effect. The first half of the solo is very cool. He hits some pentatonic licks, and in almost a sexy, sultry way. The second half is still hitting those pentatonics, but he's murdering it in a good way, of course.
Murdering it. He's blue murdering it.
He's killing it.
He's screaming blue murdering it too. Yes.
He is really matching the song. Back into the verse and the chorus, and it's rinse and repeat. Back, let's see, probably the final verse, and let me tell you, Carmine is also tearing the song up on the drums, and his sound is so good. Great ending on this song. I loved it. I loved it very much. On the next song, on the stuff that Sid gave me, it just said John Sykes, 1954, 1924, 2024. It didn't give me a title. What was the title of it?
With the ballad?
No, the next tune.
Yeah, it was Out of Love.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Was it
that's Out of Love.
This is almost like a ballad type tune.
Yeah.
John comes out with a real clean tone, playing arpeggios instead of full chords. The mix and production sound very nice. He's backed by lush string pads on the synth. His voice comes in delicately, almost whispering and very sultry, which fits the mood of the music very well. Beautiful harmonies in the bridge. Verse 2, pretty much the same. Chorus 2, same. It's starting to build a bit. Let's see where this goes. Yeah. John winds up in the higher registers, and it sounds great. Hard to believe he's such a great guitar player and can sing rock this well. The solo comes in, and John is playing playing pentatonic licks, a few minor scales, and some arpeggios. It's really nice. Near the end of the solo, John throws in just enough flash to let you know he's a real player. I think what I've been calling the bridge may actually be the chorus. This is a love song about a lost love. The song has an ending that leaves you definitely feeling like you lost a love. It's kind of abrupt and a little bit on a minor chord, if I remember. You know, this is a good song. John sings it very well. The production is beautiful. John's solo was really nice. Not one of my favorites, but I really respect it. So we get into Billy. Billy starts this one off. It sounds like a bit of a drum loop in the intro. Some whispering and volume swells on the guitar. The vocal comes in and it's pretty highly processed. I think it's what is that called? A phase shifter that's on the vocal. John is that correct?
I think
Sounds
so,
right.
Danny. It sounds like it. Yeah.
Sounds like it. Or phase shifter. John is in his lower registers, which makes for a very nice effect. Damn, verse 2, kaboom. Carmen and John come in and has changed the almost ambient song into a rocker immediately. Great change. Man, they're kicking some butt. It almost sounds like a thunderous train rolling down the tracks. John takes the solo with some beautiful harmonic work. I think this is going to be a ripper. Yep, it's a ripper. Lots of pentatonic and minor scales played at breakneck speed. Oh, they hit the chorus again, and it appears like it's going to be a chorus outro, and John is still ripping butt over the top. Just great guitar work. This one fades out. It surprises me how this song built louder and prouder till the end. This is a great tune. Ptolemy. This song opens up with a bunch of people talking in the background, perhaps like a nightclub or a party. Lush synth pads come in, and I'm waiting for a surprise. Nice ominous line from John on the guitar, and some drum fills coming in from Carmine, which are really nice, but still no sense of rhythm here yet. Wow, we got a heavy track now, almost reminiscent of, and Johnny stole my, John or both, maybe both of you stole my thunder, reminiscent of Sabbath.
Yeah.
Verse 1 is very much like Sabbath. Verse 2, still really, really heavy. This song really fits the title. John comes in with a solo using a harmonic minor scale, which is one of my favorites. It's quite nice. It fits the song really well. Some beautiful string bends from and a few pentatonics thrown in here and there. And he's throwing in tons of tricks on his string bending. Oh my, he's thrown in the kitchen sink. He comes in with some diminished scales. Very, very nicely done. Verse comes in, and John is just matching his guitar expertise with his vocal range and riffs. Very nice chorus and outro. This is a great song. Very heavy. Yeah, that sounded a lot like Sabbath. Black-Hearted Woman. This one comes out smoking. John is just tearing it up on his chord riff. Verse 1, really good, super melodic, and the song is very up-tempo. It's a real mover. The bridge is fantastic, and the chorus is just basically 3 words, Black-Hearted Woman. Verse 2, bridge 2, chorus 2, absolutely great. Tons of speed in the solo, but John doesn't lose the feel. I should say a few tricks too. Verse, bridge, chorus follow all the way to the fade. This is a great song if you want to drive fast. I would say that it's my first listen. I agree with both John and Davey. This is a great album. It's a great album. I wish I've heard it more. I might have given it a 10. I'm going to say 9 also. I'm going to say 9 on this. Yep.
All right.
Like,
Cool.
Thanks, Danny.
Sweet. So he's anxiously awaiting. We're going to head on over to Kiefer. Kiefer.
we all.
Who is froze up again?
Oh.
Did he freeze? Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
Oh.
Kiefer.
Did I freeze or what?
Yeah.
Now you're good.
Now you're good. It's your go.
Okay. Am I the only one that's going to go 10 on this?
Maybe. We'll see.
Is my life just so depressing that I have to call this a perfect album? I mean, I made notes here, but I learned that I can't remember who said this, but there's sometimes where an album is so good that who am I to come along and say, well, this happens here, and this happens here, and this part sucks, and this part's great. No, there comes a time when something's so good that, but I mean, yeah, I got a little worried when I put this on. Did I put this on Friday or yesterday? I believe yesterday. Got a little worried, and there was an atmospheric intro, which is usually not a good sign for me.
Sometimes it sets up the good mood.
Yes, it does.
You all froze up.
I think you did.
Yeah, you're the one that's freezing.
Your internet's choppy, man.
It's you, brother.
And it, yeah, it delivered, because there were like eight atmospheric intros on the album, and they all delivered. Something which I may not be able to say about album number 2, but regardless, Riot was a great song, great riff. Most of these tracks have really good to great guitar solos. Maybe not as great as the stuff on 87, but solos on 87. But what is as great as the solos on 87? Yeah, all these tracks were killer. Riot, Valley of the Kings. I know one of our remaining 2 panelists, who I will let them speak on their behalf, really doesn't like Jelly Roll. And I have to say in advance to that one other panelist, you're wrong. It's a great song. And I don't like songs like that, but man, that song was great. The title track was great. Billy, Black Art Woman.
I'm worried.
If I keep going on about this, I'm to say everything that everybody else said. I don't have much to add on this one, except it's a classic. Go buy it. There.
Good job.
Nice.
Go buy it.
Oh,
Good job, Kiefer.
oh boy.
Yep.
Well,
Logan.
Very well done.
all right. Okay. All right. So
This
yeah,
was
everybody's
cool
done some good
stuff.
stuff so far, Kiefer, shameless plug to buy this. So yes, people go buy it. Please, begging you.
Yeah.
Buy it.
But Davey, you didn't mention the charts, right?
No, I left it for you. For the
Okay,
album
thank you.
itself. I did the singles.
Okay. Thank you, sir. All right. So yeah, it got up to the number 69. Got up to number 69 in the US with a song called Sex Child.
Actually,
Actually, if you're going by
Everybody
Wikipedia,
knows.
I don't know.
that has to be a joke.
No,
I don't know.
he's right.
Well,
Sex Child to number 69.
Only you
It
come
is-
up with that,
Well,
Logan.
cutting out now.
Logan's making
It is-
shit up. That
it is Wikipedia,
April
though,
Fool's
guys.
episode was 2 days ago. Or
It
it
whatever.
is Wikipedia though, guys. So I mean,
Loganpedia.
yeah, we need Loganpedia here.
Just gonna
but
say
yeah,
on my end, it sounds like that one Beatles Revolution 9.
Yeah.
But got to number 45 on the UK albums and 88 in Canada.
Nice.
So yeah, and I wanted to mention too, Tony Franklin was a guy who kind of came up with the name Screaming Blue Murder. 69, George. I don't know if you missed that, if I froze up, or I don't know what's so funny about that number, guys. Huh? What? Come on. It's just
It was a good year.
That's a good, yeah.
Brian Adams wrote a whole song about it.
Logan 69
true.
Collins. Oh god.
No, that's not my middle name. White Chocolate was my nickname in high school. All right.
Kiefer, don't go looking any of this up.
Okay. All right. I'm getting too far off the rails here. So we're gonna bring it back in for Riot, okay?
You're doing good. Keep going.
Yeah, bring it back in. Just because he's from
yeah.
Michigan doesn't mean we don't need to treat him disrespectfully.
Pick on Logan Man Day, I guess. Damn.
Poor Logan.
From
But
Michigan,
yeah.
what do you?
All right, so I'll get into Riot here. I pretty much
Get some
wrote down
dick.
the same thing Davey and everybody else did. Album starts with some atmospheric keyboards before Tony Franklin's signature fretless bass comes in. Carmine and John kick right in, Love the pre-chorus down pick like Chug that he does on this song. And it almost sounds like a sequel to Jailbreak to me in a way, kind of like the same kind of lyrics a little bit if you look at it like that. I think there's a song on the second album too that I kind of look at in the same way. You can tell John loved Phil Lynott because,
Yes.
I mean, obviously. And like kind of what Danny was saying, I wish
Yes.
if Thin Lizzy would have kept, if he would have kept going with Thin Lizzy, they should have let John sing a little bit with Phil. That would have been awesome, man. But, things went the way they did. And,
Their voices would have went well together. That would have been cool. Yeah.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I love the bridge section on this one. when they sing the No Way part, and the background vocals actually go between both channels. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I just think it's a great track to kick the album off with. And it's got a great melodic guitar solo at the end. And then we get the Sex Child, Slip and Slide. It's about a water slide, guys. Come on.
The
I
water
can't believe
slide's
this.
name
Though.
was Sex Child. Yes.
I can't believe this though. It took 5 weeks to record this song alone. Just this song.
Did they need to get
Apparently.
permission?
I guess. Well, I don't know.
Parental consent.
Sykes took a long time with writing some songs, but Jelly Roll came together no problem. But Sex Child took about 5 weeks for him to write it.
It must have been on the lyric that took him so long.
He couldn't find the right word.
He couldn't decide what age to go with.
We're going off the wheels. We're going off the wheels again. Going off the wheels.
Somebody mute Sydney.
This album. I mean, you shouldn't have to worry about buying this.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they need a parental advisory sticker. Come on now.
Yeah.
You can't let children hear this.
Oh God.
But yeah, I mean, I like the clean tone Sykes gets on the chorus of this song. That you didn't really hear him use too much. It's kind of very structured in the Still in the Night way, I'd say. I think Davey might have mentioned that. Yes, okay. Like in 2 minutes, it breaks down, and it's got that whole atmospheric part. If I'm gonna bet, I'd say that's probably the reason it took so long. They're probably like messing around with that, and really nothing happens in that section. I will admit that. Okay. But that solo that comes in at the end after that, man, I just love that. Yeah, it kind of saves the song for me. And Carmine starts playing that double bass, the Sykes' solo. It's just killer. Yeah, it has its faults, but I still don't think it's as bad, But I'm a guy who likes Christine 16, so I don't know. Don't ask me about good opinions. So
We won't.
we get the Valley of the Kings now. We get one of the singles in the album. I agree with you guys 100%. Why would Geffen put this out first? I don't know. But, that kind of stalled everything. And, Sykes really kind of didn't ever recover from this album not doing that good. It kind of sucks. Kind of like just stalled his whole career out a little bit. But, Sykes has that hard rock riff, gives the track kind of an epic feel. I love the chorus on this one. Sykes really showing off some great vocal capabilities. And I think like right after the chorus line, it kind of turns into like a Kashmir song a little bit. There's like a couple bars. Kind of sounds like Kashmir a little bit. It's got that Egyptian feel, which, goes into the video. And I guess the video cost $150,000 to make. So, yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure they didn't get that money back. But yeah, I get that feel from this tune, like the Egyptian thing. Sykes' solo in this tune's kind of unhinged. He uses a lot of tapping and fast runs, but staying melodic at the same time. He was always good at doing that. Love the way it ends with more Sykes soloing. And I really would have been cool to hear Tony Martin sing this. I don't know if they ever demoed it with him. Can you imagine that? Be pretty cool to hear that. But yeah.
Logan,
so
got a question for you though.
Sir.
What label is this on?
Geffen.
Geffen.
You guys mentioned that. I'm sorry. Thank you.
You're right.
The same as Whitesnake. Which I think Sykes would realize that was a huge mistake.
I think he talks about that, doesn't he, Johnny? He says kind of he wishes he would have put it somewhere else. Somewhere
he says, that was I wish I'd been on a different label instead of staying on Geffen, but
well, I was going to mention this when you guys were talking about Kolodner too. So he suggested Sykes do this, right? Sing it. And then when it failed, he was like, well, maybe you shouldn't have sung it. It's like, dude, you're the one who recommended him to sing it.
Yep.
And Sykes always thought they wanted to get him back with David Coverdale, but they were two alpha males just butting heads.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to get back with each other.
No.
But that's what the label wanted. So they didn't put a lot of money into Blue Murder, or they didn't push it like they should have, because they wanted him back in Whitesnake because they thought that was the golden formula.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, man. But we'll get into Jelly Roll here, which I am not the other guy that Kiefer was talking about that doesn't like this song.
I wonder.
We got some issues. Yeah. But track just starts off kind of before Valley of the Kings really fades fully, and it's got that stark transition between the dramatics of that song into that acoustic guitar, like Johnny was talking about. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a heart attack when Sydney goes. But love that quarter note groove from the drum machine when it turns into like the actual the bass 4/4 on the floor kind of groove. I love that. Holding it steady before the chorus sections where Tony gets to really show some great fretless work. Yes, we would. We got 99. We got to get to 100 at least. Come on. But yeah, I love how it kind of switches completely, like 2.5 minutes in. Like it just goes from like, I don't know, like a bluesy type song to like a big ballad kind of deal. The video, I can't believe nobody mentioned the video. The video is pretty funny, guys. I mean, it's so 1980s, him crying in the rain,
You're gonna
playing
say
his
that.
guitar.
That was done on purpose.
But I don't know what he's crying about because she's just in the room, she's in the house behind him. It's not like she left him, He acts like she's gone. She comes out at the end of the video. But yeah, it's infectious, I think is what I wrote down. It's just an infectious rock song to me. Yeah. So we'll get to the title track. Whatever Kiefer said, I agree with him.
I think he's just doing air guitar with his mouth.
Exactly. It's hard not to sometimes for this album. But we'll get the band's namesake. We get the band's namesake song first. Off here, 5th track. Got a great shuffle groove from Carmine before Sykes and Franklin burst in the track.
Yep.
Great heavy riffs. Much like the track Riot, the song seems to be about kind of like a jailbroken guy on the run, kind of. One of Sykes' more bluesy solos kicks off the solo section before the band goes into a straight 4 on the floor groove. Really nice. Sykes amps it ups his playing to accommodate. And I love the songwriting here with them singing the chorus in that 4/4 tempo groove before breaking back into a shuffle. And they kind of like accommodate to that. So it's kind of cool. They keep the same vocal line going throughout. Yeah, I said overall a really cool song to name your band after, but I'm not sure if the song came first or the name. But yeah, I love that big ending with the guitar riff coming back and some cool Carmine drum fills.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I said about that one. And now we get the ballad, Out of Love. So we went from Is This Love to Out of Love in 2 years. The Poor Man.
It's in track 6.
Yeah, wow.
That happened.
But yeah, Sykes uses his Is This Love tone in this song too on the intro solo. Kind of has that same kind of tone as he does on that song. It's got some nice vocal melodies, which sounds like Sykes double tracking with himself to me. Kind of sounds personal, on him, maybe about a failed relationship or something. I think he puts all his emotion and feel on the solo on this track. Yeah, and I do agree with some of you guys. I think they could have cut it down. Does it need to be almost 7 minutes? Maybe not. But yeah, that's one of my little gripes I have about this album. Mm-hmm. So we'll get to Billy, which kind of more of a funk rock song, really, when you think about it. And yes, I did say FUNK. We got to keep it PG here. But yeah, it's got a straight ahead drum groove. Tony's very funky.
You're fine.
Tony's very funky bass line before John introduces us to Billy, who's like the down and out character guy, Sykes has claimed this was his Thin Lizzy song. I think Johnny mentioned that. I love his guitar line in the choruses with those fast pick notes climbing up and down the scale. It reminds me of what he does on Bad Boys, which is Davey's favorite song on 87.
No.
But yeah, he kind of does it a little bit slower in this song, but it's kind of the same kind of running up the scale kind of thing. His solo on this track is kind of split in two as well. It's got some whammy bar and tapping thrown in throughout both.
Yep.
I think Sykes succeeded in writing a line-out style character track, and I want to mention too in the liner notes, Sykes actually dedicated this album in his memory, so that's kind of cool.
Oh,
for Phil.
It is.
But yeah, we'll get into Ptolemy now, or however you say that. I think that's how you say it.
Ptolemy.
Sorry.
Do you
Sorry.
say the P or is it silent? It's like
P is silent.
okay.
Oh, so it's just Ptolemy. Okay.
Ptolemy.
Ptolemy.
The more Ptolemy. All right. Ptolemy now.
Yeah, listen. You heard the song, right? Ptolemy.
Yeah.
I thought it's me.
I guess I'm paying more attention to that
Ptolemy.
epic riff compared to the chorus, I guess.
Ptolemy.
But
It's the
it's like-
squeals.
yeah, It's like Sides 2's answer to Valley of the Kings is what I said. It's kind of got the same kind of epic feel to it.
Good point.
Grand nature, you know.
It does.
And I said, tell me Zach Wilde wasn't listening to this guy. You can totally hear it, man. You know, breakdown that plays over the solo sections, also very Egyptian inspired, like I said. Sykes solo on this one just fires on all cylinders. And I said lyrically, the song kind of reminds me of an Indiana Jones type kind of adventure song, which I didn't know about the guy or anything. I didn't even know that. So that's pretty cool. Learn something new every day, you know? But yeah, one of my favorites on the album to me. And I love how it fades right in the next track, which is Black Hearted Woman. Kind of sounds like a leftover from 87. I don't mean that in a bad way either. You know, it sounds like something that could have came off 87.
Yes.
I said a close cousin to Children of the Night, but not in the redneck style cousin way. Okay. Don't.
Guitar. Say guitar. Guitar.
Guitar.
I
said this
between a
banjos.
guitar and a keytar, like the thing the keyboard players play, they stand up. Any difference?
This track, Black Hearted Woman, just punches you in the face, right?
Yeah.
After the grandiose Ptolemy. Definitely the fastest tune on the album was Sykes singing about not a very nice lady is what I wrote down. Some nice overdubbed guitar lines in the chorus coming up around his vocal. I love the chorus. I love the overall energy of the track. Kind of reminds me of Cold Sweat too, some in the middle when they have that rhythm and Sykes does his tapping kind of part, kind of like how Cold Sweat is. It's a nice rocker and a great way to end the album on the heavier note. Now I'll wrap up here. Really enjoy this album. It's one of my favorites from the time period. Most definitely my favorite production job Bob Rock ever did. Not Dr. Feelgood.
That's just
It's a shame. It's a shame it didn't do better for the guys and how much it just, you know, kind of affected Sykes' career the rest of the way. Yeah, I think it's part of the reason why it took so long to follow up too. And I agree with the rest of the panel. I give this a 9, besides Kiefer, I guess.
Wow.
Oh, Kiefer didn't really rate it. You would give it what, a 10, or would
No,
you
he
give
said
it a 9?
10.
I did.
He said
yeah.
10.
It's a 10.
Well,
Damn.
what's
But-
wrong with?
Well,
Well,
I'll get to that.
I was going to say
Sydney's
Sydney's about to
Actually,
drag
here
it
you
down to
go.
a 3 or something.
If you guys don't mind, I need to get something else so
Yeah,
I can
that's
drink
fine.
every time Logan
Yeah.
says guitar. So
Guitar.
I'll be
Well, don't do it with
I'll be back
alcohol.
in
You'll
about
be
2
you'll be
minutes.
dead.
He also says, sure does have a pretty mouth.
Oh my god. We need dueling banjos playing in the background. All right. Yeah, so I'll make that clear. I heard this. I wasn't too crazy about it, so I'm going to try to stick to the positives. So, because it's supposed to be honoring Sykes. I don't want to sit here, this sucks. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to try to criticize it, but I threw in some compliments as well. So there is stuff I like. I'm not saying it's terrible. So, oh boy. Here we go.
Will it be higher than Surveillance?
Oh
at
God,
a 2?
yes. Yes.
Okay.
I was
don't know
about
how-
ready to type that. I'm not going to type it now.
I'm probably not going to really rate it because I don't really want to do that. It's just like, I don't know. So, Riot. A strong opening track, very melodic, some really neat bass work while Sykes is singing Run, Run, Run for Your Life right before the solo and during the solo as well. Yeah, Tony Franklin's a really good bass player.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, John's solo's really great, melodic. I usually don't like keyboards with this kind of music, and I think that's why it brings it down for me. But on this song, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't really bury the other instruments in the mix on this. I find it's pretty good. And John's vocals are, yeah, very impressive. I was surprised that usually when you hear these guitar players who aren't really known for singing and they try it, you're like, okay, don't ever sing again.
Yeah.
Van Halen. Yeah.
How many say I?
Yeah.
That's a classic, man.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Classically bad.
It's not even the vocals that are bad on that, but the song itself is kind of. But anyways,
Whole
yeah,
album.
yeah. I was just surprised how strong a singer is. It's a strong start, and yeah,
Very.
you guys pretty much said everything there is to be said about Sex Child. Even the song itself, just the melody of it, just seems very silly to me. Even the whole melody of the song, and you're gonna hate me for this, gives me Hysteria era Def Leppard vibes.
Ooh.
And I find it's.
I gotta go, guys.
I find it's very
Oh, boy.
overproduced, especially that "Hey Ya" part. I don't know. lyrically, I don't know if he's supposed to, him taking a shot at Coverdale with doing like, oh, I can do these sex lyrics too. I don't know if that's him.
Yeah, that's what I
purposely
think it is. I think he's making fun of him.
Is that him
Personally,
mocking him?
but
Is that him
I don't
mocking
know.
him? I don't know if that's him mocking him. I don't know.
I never
Could
thought
be.
about it that way.
That's what I always thought. I mean, maybe, but still,
To
you know.
put it as the second song on the record.
Yeah, I know,
Okay,
Davey. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but
At least it
yeah.
wasn't the opener.
Cool.
Can you imagine? Lead off single. I don't know what the music video would be, but we don't want to see that.
Oh my.
Please no. And it's a 6-minute long song. Come on now.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. The guitar? Oh, this is where I'll give the guitar solo is really good.
But then again, Riot was 6 minutes. So what am I saying? So keep going, Sydney. Sorry.
But the guitar solo is really good. But the rest of the song I could do without. But yeah, it does have his signature guitar tone on the solo. So that's the thing. The thing with this, like a lot of the songs, I'm not crazy about the songs themselves, but the solos, yeah, are really good. And then yeah, we get to Valley of the Kings, and I screwed up because I went to go do the playlist for this album, and the first thing that popped up was the music video, and I didn't realize there was a single version of the song. So I'm assuming it's like an extended solo because it's what, a 2-minute difference. What's cut from the?
With the solo, isn't it?
Probably the intro too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. They must have.
Extended intro.
Okay.
Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen the video. I don't even remember
Yeah, 'cause
anymore.
I was
but
You probably didn't miss that much, Sydney.
It's
So
still
it was-
a great song, man.
So I
I
was
mean,
watching. Yeah, I was watching. The
Oh
video,
yeah.
a great song.
But yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Maybe you don't like it.
Another I said another song where the song itself doesn't do much for me, but the solo saves it. Again, very commercial Def Leppard sounding to me.
Oh, Def Leppard. What?
John's,
sorry.
Wait,
what are you talking
Valley
about?
of the Kings?
John's vocals are great. The solo is great, but again, the song just
That
has too many.
deserves a drink.
Just has too many gang. It's the gang vocals. A lot of those gang vocals is what reminds me. Whenever I hear gang vocals, I think "Pour Some Sugar on Me."
But you like
It's,
hair metal, Sydney.
not with gang vocals. No, not that.
That's all hair metal has gang vocals.
Wasp is hair metal. There's no hair metal and there's no gang metals in Wasp. So there you go. Let's see. Well,
Yep.
there is. It depends on how it's
couple tracks here and there, but
yeah, but it's more.
they're not known for it. No.
No. And then yeah, this we get to Jelly Roll. It's too cheesy for my liking. I don't know. Getting awfully close to "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing" by Aerosmith to me.
Wow.
Did you listen to the right album?
One positive is John's voice throughout this does impress me because he's got, like I said, his voice. He's just got a strong voice. So
He does.
yeah.
I'm
You
not
left your hearing aid upstairs driving Keeper to drink. Oh boy. All right.
He's only 15. He's only 15.
Oh yeah. Blue Murder, the title track, I guess. Another song where I find the solo and singing elevates the song. I will say the chorus is very catchy and you can really sing along to it, but it does get repetitive. But still, probably the song I'm liking the most, aside from Riot. Riot and Blue Murder are the two songs I would like the most so far. Out of Love, yeah, it's just a ballad that doesn't, yeah, I don't know. The solo at the end I really like, as well as John's voice again. But again, too much of those gang vocals and the keyboards. I don't really like when keyboards use as a rhythm. I prefer like a lead, like John Lord or, yeah, that kind of style of thing. Or even like Uriah Heep, that kind of thing. I don't really like it going along with the guitar. I don't know. And then, yeah, Billy. Now, this is a song I really like. Billy so far is my favorite on the album so far. Great verses, chorus, and always great vocals and great soloing by Sykes. Just yeah, phenomenal song. And it, yeah, like you guys, like you said, it has like what's that?
Your bad takes just kicked out Logan.
I didn't even.
He's back.
Logan go. Stop your co-host.
Gonna go cry.
I thought we told you to go cry in the
Oh
room.
boy.
Thought we taught you not to do drugs. Oh my god. But yeah, no, you missed me talking about Billy, Logan. I said I like the song. But yeah, like you even said, how there's like a story to it, which I didn't. I'm not really a lyric guy, but yeah, that's yeah. But so yeah, great story to go along with a great song. And this is where I'm gonna get butchered because you guys love this. Ptolemy. Sorry, look, I even said it wrong. I said Ptolemy. Ptolemy.
man.
A strong guitar solo in this one. I didn't like the rest of the song, but the solo stands out. I find it drags on at the end. Poor Davey. Davey's like, I'm not listening anymore.
Holy moly.
Do you
No
like
comment
Zero
on that
the
one.
Hero
I'm
from
gonna
Sabbath?
you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
Zero the
deep.
Hero, you like
yeah,
that?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's got that same churning, grinding riff.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, but then, okay, here, Black. Wait till okay, so Black-Hearted Woman. For me, this is a highlight of the album.
What?
It's for me, it's a great album closer. Just a fun up-tempo rocker, which I love. I wish the rest of the album was more like this. It's my favorite guitar solo on the album as well, and I love the riffs. It's an amazing song. I mean, I don't really want to rate this because it's supposed to be honoring John, and I'm not crazy about it aside from a few songs.
No, you gotta be honest.
Like what you like, man.
Try to say something positive about each of it.
You
Yeah.
did.
That's
Now
what,
you have to rate it.
But you will be pleasantly surprised once we get to the second album. Do you really got to rate this?
We're holding your feet to the fire.
well, does John play well on every tune?
Yes.
There you go.
Can I rate the solo separately from the songs? Oh.
Hey, you might not like the
Oh,
tunes.
God.
You gave Surveillance a 2. This is higher than a 2, so rate it.
Yeah, rate it. Go ahead and rate it.
So because I really love 2 of the songs, and I like a couple of songs, and I think the solos are all great. I'll go 5.
Okay.
I knew it. That's what I did. 5. You liked it better than Surveillance by Triumph, then.
Yeah. So.
Well,
Wait till we
Dave, you like this better than Surveillance by Triumph, right?
Yes.
The big surprise will be the second album, but we'll get to that. So.
Okay.
To start us off on a more positive note, or maybe not.
Sid's gonna get mad at me. I have Hero Triumph.
So Davey Creighton's turn to talk about our second album of the day.
The second album, Nothing, with no G. Tell Martin about that. Nothing, apostrophe, but trouble. Came out August 93, 4 years later. Ooh, there's the album cover.
That with Logan's face?
That's the best album cover ever right there. Print that, put it on a t-shirt, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, boy.
This was recorded at John Sykes' home studio. 55 minutes, produced by John Sykes on Geffen. But 4 years to put out a record at this time was an eternity, and the whole music industry had turned upside down.
Yes.
Hard rock and hair metal was out, and grunge was in. And I know this because I was at the record store at the time. Everyone was buying Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, all those bands, even Mudhoney and Tad, and they weren't buying any holdovers from the 80s. If they were, it was very few people. You got 11 tracks here. You have 12 songs with the Japanese-only bonus track called Bye Bye. And Logan, should I save the charting for you, or?
Well, Davey, considering it's only one thing, I'm going to let you take it, buddy.
Okay. In Japan, this actually hit number 6, and it's the only chart action in the whole world.
Really?
So this one fell through the cracks, this album. It opens up with the number 35 Billboard mainstream rock chart hit, We All Fall Down. It was the only single released from the album. It's a good opener. It spent 4 weeks on the Billboard chart. It's got some excellent speedy solos in it. It's a heavy rocking song. I think it's a good opening number. Then we get the cover of Ichiku Park by the Small Faces, written by Ronnie Lane and Steve Marriott. And Sykes wrote every other song on the album except this song, which he always liked as a kid. It's a good cover. It should have been a hit, but they never released it as a single. It should have had a second lease on life. It's catchy. It's got a great melody. Of course, it's written by the Small Faces from back in the day in the late 60s.
Yeah.
But it was a hit single that never was. Then you get Cry for Love at almost 7 minutes long. It's a mini epic. It's good. It's not great. And I definitely hear Tony Franklin, his fretless bass on this song. Now, Tony played on 7 songs before he left the project. Carmine left the project first, but then he was hired back as a session drummer. So allegedly, Carmine is on 9 out of the 11 or 12 songs, and Tony's on 7 out of the 11 or 12 songs. So they are on there, and you can definitely hear Tony's fretless bass. Track 4 is Runaway, about 6 minutes long. Geffen wanted a commercial-sounding record, and this was a very commercial-sounding record, but it wasn't in step with the times. They were thrown back to the 80s, and most of the world, especially in America, were in the 90s. So this song, the next song, Dance, 4 minutes. And I wrote by 1993, this was very dated sounding. That's all I wrote for this song. Then we
The
get
dreaded
number
D word.
6. Pardon me?
The dreaded D word.
Too dated. Dance was dated. Then you get I'm on Fire, which is almost 5 minutes, written by Sykes, but it features vocals by former Baton Rouge singer Kelly Keeling. And his voice is very shrill, and I just don't like the way it sounds. It doesn't hit my ears as pleasantly as John Sykes' voice does. So I'm on Fire.
Well, we lost Davey, I think.
What?
Oh,
Just
come
kidding.
on, man.
Just kidding. Keep going. I had
No.
to.
He's pulling a Grant. He's been hanging out with Grant
Yeah.
too long.
Oh,
Oh.
no. Continue.
Whoa, look out. Then you get Save My Love,
Pissed
which
off
is
the host.
Save My Love is a little under 5 minutes. Sounds like Whitesnake, but pedestrian Whitesnake. It's just average to me.
Okay.
Then instead of Sex Child, you get Love Child. What is it with this guy and his lyrics sometimes? 5.5 minutes from Sex Child to Love Child? No. And you get those keyboards that sound like horns.
Yes.
I think they're real horns. They're fake horns because
They're
there are
fake.
no horn players credited. But
Yes.
Nick Green, who played keyboards on the first record, is now an official band member. So it sort of sounds like almost like that ragdoll Aerosmith sound that I'm not thrilled with. So this song I don't like. The keyboards ruin this song for me. And I'm a big keyboard guy as a prog rocker. Shouldn't Have Let You Go. This is very commercial sounding, but I like this one. It's got a screaming solo, and it's a very catchy chorus on this one. Shouldn't Have Let You Go. So I like this one. I think it's the sleeper song on the album. I Need an Angel, 7 minutes. Decent, but maybe too long. It should have been shorter, which is what we were saying about a certain song on the previous record.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get She Knows, which you would assume is a Thin Lizzy cover, but it's not. Sykes took the name of the song, but it's a different song. And this is an acoustic ballad. And you definitely have Tony Franklin on the bass here. You hear him on the fretless bass. I like this song. It's very different. It's a nice way to end the record. The bonus track, Bye Bye, it definitely has Tony Franklin and Carmine, Mr. A on it. Because if you find it on YouTube, the song Bye Bye, you'll see the fretless monster, Tony Franklin, says, yes, I remember playing on this with Carmine. So it's definitely the original rhythm section from the first album on the Japanese-only bonus track. It's got those keyboard horns again, so that kills it a little for me, but it's not a bad song. Overall, I don't think it's as cohesive as the first album. It's the first album, you had the 3 guys plus the keyboard player. I'm going to rate this a 6. I think it's a big downward spiral that a year later from 9 Inch Nails, but I don't think it's as good as the first album, so I'm giving this one a 6. It has some good songs, but it's not nearly as cohesive as the debut. That's my rating, 6.
Nice, Davey. Good.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Good job, baby. Yep.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. I try to make it quick because we got a lot of people here.
Yeah. I'm gonna move over to Johnny Metal
All
then.
right. Well, let me just say this. Comparing this to this is like comparing apples and oranges.
Okay.
Two totally different sounds, two totally different bands almost, it seems like. It just doesn't seem the same. Yeah, you could tell Sykes was frustrated with, hey, we want you to go more commercial. Well, then, yeah, I think this album came out about 5 or 6 years too late.
Yeah.
That probably would say the same for the first album too. But even though I like the first one considerably more, this one This one just, man, We All Fall Down. Best song on the album. I love this one. It's always has been my favorite from this.
Yep.
You know, this was another one. It's one of those songs talking about addiction and just how it just rips people's lives apart. And just a very emotional song, vocal wise. And I think the music here, I think, is very, very driving, and I think it works really well. Segues into Ichiku Park, a cover of the Small Faces classic song. Do we really need a cover of Ichiku Park? Nah, maybe not. Interestingly enough, Quiet Riot also did a cover of Ichiku Park about this same time.
With Kevin
Dubrow, because Kevin Dubrow was a big Steve Marriott fan.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I want to say it's on the Terrified album, but don't hold me to that. It's on one of those albums. I can't remember, but they also did a version of Ichiku Park.
Really?
Again, I don't know which version's better. Probably Sykes, but again, not bad, but totally unnecessary. I didn't think it was necessary. Cry for Love, lyrically a sequel to Out of Love, but a lot more crushing, a little more musically heavier. You get a nice tribal section, musical section in the song, which I thought was actually pretty cool. Let's see, Runaway. Sykes put this as a song about kids who run to Hollywood thinking they're going to make it big, and then they will wind up on the streets. And you know, there's a lot of despair, but there's some hope and faith kind of thrown in there too. So it's not a totally distressing song, although I think at the end of the song you hear the suicide on the wire tonight kind of thing. So it doesn't exactly end very happily, but still not a bad track. Dance, yeah, I agree. It does seem a little dated. But the thrill of the desire, spontaneity of the heat of the moment, of the attraction and stuff of that nature. I gotta love these lyrical content things he went into. Not a bad riff though. Good funky riff, a little slinky on the vocal. I'm on Fire, sung by Kelly Keeley. I disagree. I almost think he could have been a good front man for Blue Murder. I think, although I will say this song doesn't really sound a whole lot different than most of what was coming out back in the 80s. Again, this album was 5 years too late. So, again, not a bad track. Nothing that really stands out with it. You get a good funky parts to it. Save My Love, another song about heartbreak and longing and stuff that I think I've already mentioned about 6 or 7 times here. The idea here is can the two people who he's singing about here, can they still be really happy once they've moved on and still be kind of a part of their lives, but not in the way that the one wishes they could be? That's kind of the idea I got here. Love Child, did we really need a sequel to Sex Child? Good Crazy Solo. Yeah, I'm not even going to go further into that. Shouldn't Have Let You Go, another song about regret, heartbreak, and that recurring theme. I feel like there's parts of that song, though, I feel like I've heard somewhere before. I just can't seem to put my finger on it, but I feel like I've heard stuff of that song before. Need an Angel, another song about regret, loneliness, and heartbreak. Again, do we need a 7-minute song about it? No, but there is a nice bit of moody parts about the whole song. So I will give it that, but it could have been trimmed a little bit. She Knows, the regret of betrayal of someone that you love. Yeah, I love the fretless bass here with the kind of the harpsichord and 12-string guitar and acoustic guitar going on here. Nice vocal here by Sykes. I really enjoyed this. Bye Bye. I got like if James Brown went heavy metal funk. I mean, that's really, to me, that's really kind of what this feels like, especially with that intro riff that, those kind of like those 9 chords that, I got a James Brown feel out of the song. But yeah, bye bye to the one who has been, says they love you, but they're just like spreading their love all around to everybody. What can we say? Yeah, we've heard these songs a lot of times before. I probably will only, as much as I love the first album, and I listened to this one a lot back in the day, but it's nothing like that first album. So I'm probably I'll be a little nicer than David. I think I'm going to give this one about a 7.
Okay.
And by the way, I think it was Ken in the comments who said you were right, and I looked it up. Terrified, 1993, Quiet Riot, and they made a video for it. You see Kevin playing the acoustic guitar in the video.
Oh, wow.
So you were right on the money. Great call.
Awesome. Nice job. Nice job.
Yep.
Sometimes the squirrel finds the nut.
And what are the chances? 2 covers of that in the same year.
That's
So,
weird.
Oh, yeah, that's true,
That is
actually.
a
Yeah,
little weird.
93.
Yeah.
Someone copied someone.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. So, Danny, over to you.
All right, guys. Well, once again, first time, if I'm a little winded, it's just listening to the song and making notes as I go. So We All Fall Down. This fast tempo tune comes in right off the bat. Verse comes in and John is singing in lower register, and it reminds me a little bit of Phil Lynott. Verse 2 followed by the chorus, and the song is a rocker. Verse 3, chorus 2, and I think John's going to take off. The solo is just a whole plethora of different stuff going on. Pentatonic riffs, single note riffs with fast picking, minor scale runs, and the whole kitchen sink is thrown in here. Solo ends and the band brings it down for another verse. The chorus comes in and it's the outro, and the boys finish on a concert type ending. This is a great tune. I liked it. Now we get to Ithaca Park. Well, I don't know if I agree or disagree with anyone on this one. This one, I just as soon listen to the original myself. There wasn't a whole lot here that was done any different. I love Steve Marriott. I don't know. I don't have much to say about that song. I did listen all the way through, and we'll go on to the next one. Cry for Love. Oh boy. John's guitar comes in, and it is big, fat, and angry. This is a big, bad, slow tempo rocker. Verse 1 comes in, and it's really good. The bridge 1, it's super. Chorus comes in, and there's only good things to say about this song. Some gorgeous harmonies are going on in the chorus, vocal harmonies, and you have that cool wind and that with the harmonies, and the hot sun with the smoking guitar sound, and the hard-hitting drums. Verse 2 is awesome. What's this? Some kind of breakdown. It sounds like an indigenous rain dance, and I like it. This is really cool. John's voice is heavily processed and almost whispering while the rain dance is still continuing. Back into the song, and John hits a high note on his guitar. Just a killer to start off the solo. Once again, John throws in a plethora of technique, burning up the fretboard, and he's taking time to throw in a lot of emotional passages. Just a fine example of a great player and his craftsmanship. Great solo. Back to the verse, and the song is just building and building in the verse and the bridge again, with those beautiful vocal harmonies and crashing guitar. It's kind of like heaven and hell. Into the chorus, and I would bet this will become the outro. Yep. And John takes a solo over the top of the outro, and it's just really, really, really good. He's really playing his butt off. The song fades out, and wow, I'm sorry he's not with us anymore. John, you were a great player. Runaway. This song starts off with a Vox pad. Vox means vocal, which is basically a synthesized vocal pad on the synth. It's a bit airy and ethereal, which makes one wonder what's going to happen next. John comes in with a beautiful, I think it's a 12-string, but it's an acoustic, and I'm not sure, but it sounds fantastic over the Vox pad. Verse 1 comes in, and it's almost starting to sound a lot like a ballad. We'll see where this goes. Well, for one thing for sure, so far this is a slow tune, very ballady, maybe to become a power ballad. Yep, it's kind of a rock ballad. The nuances in production and guitar sound are beautiful. String pads replace the Vox pad and is very lush, perfect for this song. John pulls out another guitar for the solo. Uh, it's obviously a guitar with a vibrato bar, and does the simplistic melodic solo, and using the vibrato bar for a beautiful effect on his vibrato. Man, he's starting to mix it up with some flashy pentatonic licks and some great string bending. Very well executed solo and back into the song. They bring down the dynamics again for the last verse. I really think this song fits the album very well. It's a nice break from the heavier stuff that precedes it. They bring back the song. They bring the song back up in the chorus, and I'm suspecting we're going to the outro. Nope, I'm wrong. They bring it back down. Great effect. The string pad is in the background with John over the top. Basically, they went back to the beginning. Not my favorite tune, but it is a good tune, and it does belong on the album, in my opinion. It breaks the album up. Dance. This mid-tempo song starts off with drums and bass. A great guitar riff comes in, and I think I'm going to like this one. The chord arrangement's almost in the intro. I mean, it's almost identical to "Loving You Sunday Morning" by the Scorps. Verse 1, it's
Nice.
okay, huh?
Nice, Danny. I didn't even make that connection.
Yeah. Listen to the guitar part in the very beginning. It's exactly the same. Let's see. The chorus comes in and it's catchy. John comes in with the solo and he's doing some beautiful pentatonic licks from minor to major key. Man, lots of flash at the end of the solo. Some great scale work. Back into the chorus and outro. This was a fun song. I'm on fire. Couple of bars of drums start this one off. This is a fairly fast tempo song. John is singing in the higher register, and it almost sounds painful.
It's not him, it's the other guy.
Okay, that's why it sounds painful. I didn't know that. So here we go. That explains a lot. I'm beginning to wonder why he ever really needed Coverdale. Well, we know why he needed him, but he really didn't. I mean, he's a complete songwriter. So, or the singers on Tigers of Pantang I wrote. Anyway, I digress. First verse is okay. First chorus is okay. Rinse and repeat. John solo comes out smoking. Some minor scales and pentatonic licks. You certainly can hear a little bit of Gary Moore's influence on John. Back to the song, another verse and chorus outro with the surprise little drum solo from Carmine. I hope that's Carmine. I don't know. And his sound, whoever's playing, his sound is great. So I really like that. This song didn't catch my ear that well. I probably need another listen or two. Save My Love. Did I already pass that one tune? No, I guess not. No. Did I, Sid?
No, Save Your Love.
Okay.
Or Save My Love, sorry. Yeah.
That's next.
Oh, it's the one after this. Okay, got it. Save My Love. This one starts off sounding almost like a bluesy song. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, it's kind of a bluesy ballad, almost R&B-ish. John is singing a lower register, and I'm pretty sure the guys intended this to be maybe a hit. Just doesn't seem to match the album for me. Verse 1 is okay, chorus 1 okay. It just sounds a bit out of place. The solo comes in and goes, and it didn't elevate the song at all. I think I'm going to skip on to the next tune. Love Child. As the title might suggest, this one was written specifically for those people like my friend Logan.
Exactly.
Are you your love child?
Too funny, man.
Yeah. I'm glad you can take a joke, brother.
Oh, yeah.
This song comes out with tons of swagger. Great guitar riff, great sound. Let's see what happens. Verse 1, bridge 1, great chorus, very memorable. We got a winner Wow, wow. We got a guitar solo right after the first chorus. Beautiful pentatonic licks with some diminished scales afterwards. Tons of flash in the solo and back to the verse and chorus. The boys bring it down with just a couple of bars and jump right back into the verse. This song is a little reminiscent of Aerosmith on steroids. It's much heavier. Like I said earlier, the song has tons of swagger. The drum groove is great, and the drums sound really good. Last verse comes in pretty much the same, perhaps even a little bit elevated. Back to the chorus, all the way to the ending fade out. Good song. I don't know if that song belonged on there or not, but it was still a good tune. Like I think everybody said it was dated. Yeah, is
Yeah.
it the one?
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that, but should have let you go. This one starts off with string pads and acoustic guitar, but I don't be fooled by the band. The band comes in and it's on fire. Verse 1 great, chorus and the chorus extremely memorable. Bridge good, and John comes in with the solo. Tons of pentatonics, tons of string bending. Back to the verse, these boys are killing someone. Into the chorus and the outro with a surprise ending, which goes back to the beginning. It's very soft and melancholy. I liked it. It was all right. I Need an Angel. Almost done, guys. This one starts off with a Vox pad and acoustic guitar, which gives that eerie, ethereal sound. Verse 1 comes in and over the top of the ambience. Are we going to get a surprise on this song, or is it just going to stay in this mode? Let's see what happens. Yeah, the guys come in, and it's a power ballad. Verse 1, bridge 1, chorus 1, all good. John comes in with another melodic solo and puts his signature stamp on this tune. Back to the chorus and into the ethereal expanse. As in the intro, John sings over the top of the ambience. Boom. Everybody joins back in on the chorus, and they take the chorus all the way to the fade. Good song. And then we got She Knows, huh? This one starts off almost Renaissance sounding, mostly acoustical instruments. John comes in with his vocal on the first verse, and it sounds sweet and melodic. Less string pads come in, and it changes the whole vibe. So far, there's no percussion other than the tambourine that's coming in on the 2 and the 4. The song is very sweet and a bit sing-songy. Some very nice counterpoint going on in the instrumentation. I just don't know if this song really fits the album. Nevertheless, it's nice and it's well written, but I wouldn't have put it on the album. So I'm with you guys. There was some fire on the album, but there were some. I wouldn't call them complete duds, but yeah, they were more iffy. So I'm going to put it about a 7 myself. I'll rank it a 7. Yeah.
Okay. I guess you didn't hear the bonus song then. I forgot that
No,
Japanese one. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fine. And yeah, so we'll head over to Kiefer now.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so I have given out in the history of Logan's Hard Rock Metal Experience, I have given out 3 5s or 3 10s. And this is the first album I will ever be covering, which I won't give a perfect score to. So you guys are doing pretty good with what you're assigning me. I'd like to title this album Hair Metal Goes Bald. Because
that's good.
I mean, and I will stick up for hair metal. I'm not like most other youngsters. And I don't think the first Blue Murder album is hair metal. This is just, I like it. but I don't know why it needs to exist, is the point. The opener is probably tied for the best song on the album. But I think Sykes is really trying for, the hair metal vocalist thing. He's really trying to sound like what's his name from Motley Crue, or
Vince Neil.
I don't know who the singer from Motley Crue is.
Yeah, Vince Neil.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I
Vince
avoid
wishes-
Motley Crue like the plague, so I don't know anything about.
Vince wishes he could sing.
There are 2 songs on this album that I have an allergy to, and one of them is Itchy Coo Park. I'm allergic to that song. It just, I don't cope with it.
Even the original?
I've never heard the original.
Yeah, me neither.
60s and hair metal should not mix.
I agree.
Yes. I have an allergy to that. It just doesn't work. Like these kids have allergies to peanuts these days. I have an allergy to that song. Cry for Love. Not bad. I don't know why I need that little section that sounds like, I don't know, an Indian powwow or something.
Rain Dance.
And immediately going into a solo. Not a bad solo, but I think rule number 1 of guitar solos, for no apparent reason, needs to be the song should be good before you start adding in guitar solos everywhere. And 7 minutes long is a bit much. This record's 55 minutes long. That's a large section of my life that I just dedicated to this 55-minute sit. Runaway, I wrote down, Too Light in the Loafers for me, still good. So there was a really weird song where he was soloing and they had a great chord, which I did not write down the name of, and I don't.
Keep going.
And then the other one that was tied for the best song on the album was Dance. That was a good tune. Good riff. It's 4 minutes long, coincidentally. I really liked I'm on Fire. I thought great solo, good tune. Then we get to
Save Your Love.
Save My Love.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for John Sykes that this song exists. This song, it's absolutely 0 out of 100 terrible. I hate this song.
Next.
That song is so bad that if you played it at like a high school dance or something, even the chicks would walk out. That's how bad that song is. And then we have Love Child. It's okay. I don't know why I need John Sykes doing an atonal solo, but cool. Shouldn't Have Let You Go. If you cut the intro and that outro and that chorus is really whiny and just make this like the riff, this song is awesome. It was a great riff. It was actually kind of cool to hear the bass noodling at the end. That's probably Tony Franklin. I Need an Angel is okay. 7 minutes long, but it's okay. She Knows. I mean, that was just whine fest, I guess you could say. It was really whiny and not something that I'm not allergic to it. Like I'm allergic to those other 2 songs. I'm debating between 3 and 3.5 because there were some really good tunes on there. It really grew on me. But that song about Itchy Coo Park and Save My Love might be the worst song I've ever heard in my life. So I don't know. I have a lot of songs that I call the worst song I ever heard in my life. But yeah. That song was so bad. Yeah, just no. Although, yeah, never mind. Yeah, that what song? What song, Sydney? Taste of My Love. Is that what we're talking? Trying to. Oh my
Love
God!
Beach.
Get out.
Tarkus
No.
rules.
Marcus is awesome, man. Seeing
Yeah.
Carl Palmer perform that
Tarkus.
live. Come on.
Yeah, I have to.
I'm messing with you. No, sorry.
Yeah. I'll agree. Taste of My Love. That song might be the worst song ever
Yeah, I
made.
don't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Highly recommended that video on Sea of Tranquility where Ken Golden recites the lyrics to Taste of My Love. It's just a stone cold classic.
You got any thoughts about the bonus track,
All right,
Kiefer? Or?
yield my time, Mr. Glasses. Go ahead.
Oh, all right.
Mr.
Well,
Glasses.
I'm not gonna go into the tracks. I don't think because we're already running an hour and a half. I don't want to go that. You know what I mean? But I will say some highlights for me was We All Fall Down. You know, like how Johnny Meadow was talking about the whole abuse thing. I think that's pretty cool. The lyrical structure of it. It's got one of Sykes' best solos, I think. I wanted to ask you guys about Ichiku Park. Do you think there's any other bands in the 90s that did 60s songs like as covers? I can't really think of many
Yeah.
off the top of my head.
It must.
I don't really know.
Well, even though it came out in the 80s, there was like 3 bands that came out in a certain period of time that did Radar Love. You had White Lion,
White Lion,
and then you had 2 Metal Blade bands do it, Almond and Pandemonium.
Pandemonium, yeah.
They both did Radar Love actually before White Lion's version came out. And I'm just like, okay, why are we having a Radar Love insurgence? Is the original did the original really need to be updated that much or something like that?
No, man. Original's the best.
Yeah, Twisted Sister, the
leader of the pack.
Oh
yeah, leader of the pack, yeah.
Leader of the pack.
Maybe live that song works, but on the studio, forget it.
Yeah.
Keep going, Logan. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, keep going.
All right. Okay, so that's all right. Cry for Love is pretty good. I don't think it needs to be that long. Runaway's all right. It's got some lyrical themes like Phil Lynott kind of things, you know. I like when Sykes does something about like she'll be back and then he says Jack. It kind of sounds like something Lynott would do, kind of the way he delivers that vocal. But yeah, Dance, I don't know. It's okay. It's got like a 70s style, you know, to it. I can't even remember how it goes, to be honest with you. I'm on Fire is actually pretty good. I actually like that Baton Rouge album. I know. But, you know, it's okay. Save My Love, I don't remember how that goes. Love Child, I don't remember how that goes.
You should.
You should. It was written about you.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote a bunch of notes, man, but I don't want to go that long.
No, it's okay.
So I'll talk about this shit in the Let You Go song, because I think this one was one of the better ones on the second side, which I thought it was going to start like as a ballad, but then it kind of goes into this like funk rock groove again, FUNK, or breaking down a little, switching between both styles, you know. It's got a nice light shade dynamic in this track. I think it's a nice little lost love kind of rock song. But yeah, I agree. Like all the solos, I'm kind of like the opposite of Sydney is. All the solos on this is great. It's just the songs. I don't feel like the songs are there to me. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, and I Need an Angel. Got a nice little acoustic guitar, you know. Kind of channels Coverdale in the vocal in this one to me. Yeah, it's just like another slower paced ballad though. But yeah, it probably is the best ballad song on the album. But yeah, I think it's a little unnecessarily long, you know. 702 on the album, on the CD.
Yep.
And and She Knows is pretty good, I guess. Well, it's just kind of like a ballad kind of thing, acoustic, you know. But it kind of sounds like he's kind of like there in the room with you when he's singing it. But as an ender, I don't know. Like this has kind of got Journey, Escape, Open Arms disease to me.
Good point.
Yeah, it doesn't need to end on a, you know what I mean. And that bonus track.
I was going to say, thank goodness for the bonus track.
Yeah, I'm even kind of iffy on that. I mean, it's pretty good. I think the bonus track is probably better than some of the songs on the album. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like funkier and, you know, it's kind of, I think they could have replaced it with Shouldn't Have Let You Go kind of in a way. kind of has the same kind of feel to it to me. But let me get this out of the way so I can see what I said. So I love Sykes, right? I love a lot of what he's accomplished in these bands. But I don't know, it just took him way too long to make this album to me. And he talked about it like on Wikipedia that kind of they were pressuring him to go more in a commercial route, so it might not even have been the route he wanted to take. I'm gonna agree with Davey. I give it a 6. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm not a 3.5 or anything. I mean, it's not something I'm gonna listen to all the time, but it's pretty good.
Go 2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it or anything. It's just kind of there to me.
Yeah.
A lot of these songs.
All right.
But tell me why I'm wrong, Sydney.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be alone today.
You are the contrarian today, Sydney.
I'm always the contrarian.
Guitar.
I'm always the contrarian. So yeah, nothing but trouble. Yeah, like I agree with everybody what they said about We All Fall Down. Great high energy song to start the album off. I could listen to this song on repeat.
Guitar.
Guitar.
The music video is fun to watch as well. Just the band playing, no cheese in this video. 10 out of 10 song for me. Great vocals again from John. Fantastic solo, and the riffing on this is amazing. Ichiku Park, a cover of The Small Faces, which I admit I've never heard. But Danny, you're basically saying it pretty much sounds the same, but with John singing and I guess heavier guitars probably.
Yes.
The solo is probably different, right, Danny? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really know.
I don't even think it has a solo in the original.
So that's kind of cool. I wrote that down, but I didn't go into it. I didn't know if it had like a solo.
So yeah, I haven't heard. I find it's well done. I love his vocals on it. It's catchy and gets stuck in my head. I was singing "It's All Too Beautiful" in my head after this. Oh, I don't know.
I like it too.
I thought he did a good job with it, but I haven't heard it. So maybe if I heard the original, I'd say okay, you didn't really need to do it. But yeah, I think it's got an amazing melodic solo that I could listen to over and over again. I don't know,
wow.
I don't know if it still maintains the signature, the original feel, but it has his signature guitar sound in it. So I actually love that. Cry for Love, I was surprised. I like the song with the whole tribal chants before the solo, but I think it's kind of the perfect setup because it makes you feel like, okay, where is this going? Is this going to be something?
It sounds like a football team doing the chant before their game.
And then
what are they home? What are they home? That whole thing, it sounds.
And then it hits you in the face with this great melodic solo. So I'm like, okay, that's it. So yeah, so far I find this album has a little bit more variety than the first album because the first 3 songs are all totally different. Well, yeah, a lot of people would say it's all over the place, but for me that's a good thing because I like kind of albums that are all over the place and have variety. I don't know, that's just me. Runaway, this is how you do a ballad in my opinion. I love the chorus on this one, as well as John singing and soloing, and I'm picky with ballads, but I like how this one is done. Dance, see, this is a mid-tempo rocker with a great blazing solo. It makes me want to dance, and I hate dancing. It's a great fun song. Where are we? I'm on Fire, yeah, amazing heavy rocker. And I said with great vocals from Kelly Keeling of Baton Rouge. I have that Baton Rouge CD actually. Yeah, it's easily my favorite Blue Murder song, and it's not even close.
Wow.
The verses, the chorus are simple but catchy, and the solo is as good as anything on Thunder and Lightning for me.
Let's calm down. Let's calm down now.
I love this song. It does, no one mentioned it does that Speed King riff at that one point, that descending, that it does that whole Speed King riff at that one point. And yeah, which everyone's done, but yeah, it's cool. And Save My Love. I should hate this, but it's a ballad, doesn't change very much, but for whatever reason, I enjoy it because he got such a good voice. And I like the solo. I think he nails the ballads on this album. I like this better than any of the Whitesnake ballads, if I'm being honest.
Whoa, hold on. No.
Yeah. So,
No.
Logan, now we get to Logan Child. It has that shuffle groove to it, which I love, and Sykes goes nuts on the solo. Much better than Sex Child from the first album. So I guess I prefer when the child was actually born, not the making of the child. Shouldn't have let you go. Great mid-tempo rocker with a fun riff, great solo and vocals as expected from John.
Mm.
I need an angel, another great song with a catchy chorus, great vocals and soloing, another one that gets stuck in my head. I could see a band like Steel Panther doing a parody in this style. There's almost everything on the album actually. It's kind of their musical style really. And I love Steel Panther. I won't say on air what the lyrics that I came up with to parody the chorus are. So
Off air, please.
yes. She Knows, yeah, probably the weakest song on the album, which is disappointing because it's the closer, unless you have the
Yeah.
Japanese version. But I still kind of really like it. I think it's a great way to. I still think it's an interesting way to close the album because it's almost creepy, almost. It's kind of like a weird. It's a ballad, sort of, but it's really kind of creepy and dark, which I kind of like. It's different than anything else, but it was still enjoyable to me, even though it's acoustic. But I found it was like a creepy acoustic song. And then yeah, Bye Bye. For me, this should have been on the international release. But the Japanese were lucky to get this song, in my opinion. Kind of sounds like something Extreme would do. The band Extreme. I love it. Simple, catchy verses and chorus, and another great solo by Sykes, and his voice really sells the type of song. A great album, and I have no issue giving it a 10, as I enjoyed every song.
Oh my!
Wow.
Wow.
Guys.
So there goes Kiefer. He's hiding himself.
Holy
I would think I would too.
Hey, April Fool's was 5 days ago. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
6 days ago.
Oh, God.
No, that's cool. He likes what he likes. I'm glad he's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like what you. I just like giving him shit. It's just
It's
Good
the
job.
opposite of most of us.
I prefer Love Childs over Sex Childs. What can I say?
Yeah, we were all. What'd you give it, Logan? A 6?
6.
Like Davey.
I
Okay.
was worried people were going to give it like a 2.
Yeah,
and
we're
like
we're
one
all
is-
right there in the pocket. I
That's
mean,
right.
Well, yeah.
Sydney,
I don't
good
hate it.
call. Good call with the Extreme reference. That's a good call I didn't pick up on.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
expecting 0.
I went a little earlier with James Brown, but yeah, that Extreme
you
works
went
too,
really far back. James Brown.
yeah, it was R&B though. It was R&B.
Brown.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess 2 great albums, depending on who you ask.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, you can't take anything away from the man. He's a very talented singer, guitar player.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, writes every song. You know, not everybody's gonna like every song. I mean, that's an impossibility. So he left his mark on this earth. He did a great job. He has nothing to be ashamed of and everything to be proud of. So for as far as I'm concerned.
But yeah, like what makes it great is he made like I liked the second album amazing for me. You guys really liked the first one, so that just shows you he made music that appealed to 2 completely different tastes
Yeah.
of music. So for
Mhm.
Yep.
it's not
Yeah.
easy to do that, to make music that 2 different
And we're gonna see that more in the solo career too. So
yeah. So
Now, are you guys going to touch on the Screaming Blue Murder live album?
yeah, we're gonna
At
do
all?
we're gonna do a live album show where it's just briefly talking about the live albums. We're not gonna go track by track
Right,
on every
right,
live
right.
album.
Yeah, there's no reason to, but
That's like 6
I just was
live
curious.
albums. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna do like the little oddities because he's done like appearances for Derek Sherinian, who Kiefer loves, and he's done like Christmas songs and stuff. So we're gonna touch on everything, right? We're gonna cover. We're
I
gonna do like
don't
an
know if I
episode.
want to on Sykes' Christmas song.
What was it
Probably
called?
something
God
about
rest you,
mistletoe.
merry gentlemen. I think
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
about mistletoe.
Yeah, that was it for this one. This one went long, but yeah. So, anyone want to plug anything? Johnny Metal, what are you doing on your music corner?
Well, I'm coming to the end of Mortification Monday. I've got a couple more episodes of that. This coming week is on album track ranking. A to Z will be the letter V. So I've already recorded that episode because I wasn't sure if I was going to be having to do some traveling this week, but turns out I did not. So yeah, I did that did that episode already ahead of time, but still will come out Wednesday. And then yeah, that's pretty much it.
Vixen?
Vinnie Vincent,
No.
Can
is
I
it
ask,
Voivod?
what was you?
Vanilli.
The letter
You too.
U.
U2, Under a Blood Red Sky
Okay,
from U2.
V. What would? Yeah.
very nice.
Oh, Van Halen.
Duh. There you
Like
go.
I said, the episode's out there, so you can already see what the
Okay.
episode is. Is you can see the preview for, or not the preview, but the thumbnail for it. But
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I've only got about WXYZ to record, and that's that. So
It was the Gary Sharon album, right?
no.
How many? How many? say
Truthful
I? How many say I?
truthful thing. I've never listened to Van Halen 3 yet.
Okay, so
I've yet to listen to that album. So
go listen to How Many Say I. No, don't. That's
Oh, don't. Do yourself a favor. Do not.
I've already been here for almost 2 hours, so no, I don't want to waste an hour of my life listening to that album. So no.
I had a coworker that liked that record so much, like the second
It's
Blue
probably the
Murder
only one.
record.
Probably the only one who
There's
ever
always
bought it.
someone who likes something out there.
I have it on
Yes,
CD. I
that's
bought
right.
it for $30 off Amazon. I'm not even kidding.
That's right, Davey. There's
Wow.
all. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But okay, cool.
Hey, Logan. Logan and I were on a live show this morning
Yep.
on Scott Lade's The Prague Corner. We did a whole show on Threshold. So, progressive metal, if you're a fan,
Congratulations.
check out The Prague Corner.
The Prague Corner. Okay, is that in your links?
Yeah, so I put it at the bottom, at the very bottom, where it shows Sydney and Logan on other channels, and it's the most recent one. You'll see it.
Okay. Thank you. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I was there live, giving Logan crap in the chat. So
It's great meeting you, Davey.
Nice
nice
meeting you
to
too,
you.
Danny and Kiefer.
Thank you.
yeah,
It's great
always-
to see more young people into great older music. So
Yeah.
it's always excellent to see that. And you're
Oh,
a
yeah.
keyboard player too, from what I hear, who likes Keith Emerson. So
Yep.
thumbs up.
Johnny, great to see you too.
Kiefer Emerson.
Same here, Danny. Same here.
Thank you, brother.
Realistic, but yeah.
So then, yeah. So Davey, what are you doing on your channel?
Yesterday, T and I just put up our review of the second Fix album, Reach the Beach, from 1983, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Thank you, Johnny Metal.
And you just saw them last night, right? So you're tired.
I'm exhausted. And second show
Two-
today, so
two
I'm
shows
running out of
today.
steam a little.
You
It's
don't-
not the show. It's not you guys. It's just I am only got 2 hours sleep, so I'm exhausted.
Oh.
Yeah, the shows you've been on today have been longer than your sleep.
Yeah. The show with Scott was what, an hour 15, Logan?
It's like 3 hours.
Yeah,
worth of
about an
shows.
hour 15. Yeah.
How
And
you-
now we're almost an
Yeah,
hour 50.
This is the
yeah.
important question. Can you still sing? Can you lead us out with a rendition of Sex Child?
No,
Sinatra.
I'm not going to sing that.
Okay, Love Child.
No.
Save-
Bye-bye.
Dance. Pick a song. What's your favorite song from these albums? Pick that one.
I don't know.
Putting Davey on the spot.
Oh, Blue Murder, maybe.
There you go. Come on. Sinatrify Blue Murder.
Okay. Hang on. Let me take a sip.
This is
go,
good.
baby.
This
I don't
is,
even know all the words to these
this is good
songs.
TV.
That's
Just
all
make them.
It's
Just,
not going to be easy.
just make them up.
Cola
Make 'em-
May. Hey. There you go. Little cola.
Oh,
They're screaming blue murder. I'm singing off from the side. See, he gets the lyrics wrong just like I do, Sinatra.
Yeah. Fine. That's
Oh,
great.
I got a good one. I don't need no doctor.
oh my God.
I don't need no priest.
Sydney's
All
favorite.
I got's my baby girl. She's gonna bring it home to me. She's so sweet, like some meat. She's the one I wanna eat. Hey, there you
Oh
go.
boy. Oh boy.
Oh no, I just did a sex trial, didn't I? Oh, jeez.
Encore.
Oh.
Wait,
Danny,
let me
Help me.
Danny, he's gonna do the entire Alcana album for you.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna hide now for that.
That was great.
Oh God, that's funny. All right, so
And
yeah.
now Sammy Davis singing Blue Murder. No,
Oh.
that's not.
What's
Dude,
next? Ed?
Lemmy from Motorhead.
What
There you
about Gilbert Gottfried?
go. Oh, God.
There you go.
Oh, no.
I'm screaming Blue Murder.
Got to do it with one eye too.
Come on, you got to do Lemmy as well. You got to do Lemmy singing.
Doing Gilbert kills my voice as it is.
Oh,
Poor
my God.
Gilbert. Rest in peace, Gilbert.
Oh,
He was one
Gilbert
of a kind.
Gilbert Godfrey. Oh,
And John Sykes, of course. Rest
Yes,
in
of
peace,
course.
because
Rest
we're
in
all
peace.
fans.
Yes.
So,
We might like different records, but
Yes.
we're fans
Yes.
of his guitar playing and
Yes.
songwriting and singing, like Danny said. Danny was pleasantly surprised by his singing, so that's great.
And his lyrics.
Yes.
Except on the one song.
Yeah.
Maybe two.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Next week we'll be back again with our Saturday show, and we'll be continuing the Sykes series. We'll be starting off with the first 2 solo albums by John Sykes. So we'll be starting his solo career finally. So that'll be fun. And then on Sunday we're taking a break from the State to State Obscurities listening or music hangout, and we're gonna do a sweet show actually. We're gonna do the sweet singles followed by the B-side. So it's a little bit interesting to hear those really bubblegum sweet songs that none of us are really gonna like, and then the heavy metal songs on the B-sides that the band themselves wrote. So that'll be kind of fun. And then yeah, looking forward to that. And Webb is actually gonna join and hang out with us on there and kind of react to it with us, because I know Webb's kind of like getting into the sweet now and everything. So he's
Yeah, he did the show with Grant.
He's been on shows talking about sweet, so I thought it was cool to bring him on for the music hangout. So look out for that next Sunday, and then yeah, Saturday will be the Sykes show.
Nice.
So thanks everybody for watching. Check out My Music Corner, Johnny Metal's channel, Cretan Classics, Davey's channel, and yeah, tune in to us next week as well. And thank you everybody for watching.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks everyone for
See you
being
guys.
here.